Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. In celebrating my son Henry's birthday this past weekend, I was reminded of an experience from several years ago that perfectly captures his zest for life and his joyful character. And sharing it with you on this morning, I hope it ignites within you a desire to be a bright light of loving hope for others. Let me tell you more about it. Here we go. Mr. O'Leary, can I talk to you for a moment? When I hear Mr. in front of my name, I usually glance around the room and look for my dad. On this specific day, though, I didn't glance around the room looking for Dad. Instead, I felt trepidation for the conversation that was going to follow. I was picking up the kids from their school, and the words were spoken by Henry's teacher. Henry is number 3 in our family, the youngest of my boys. He is incredibly fun, incredibly funny, outgoing, athletic, and bright. He loves music, he loves laughing, he loves animals, he loves roughhousing, he loves video games. He is always moving, always dancing, always smiling. Henry is an amazing kid. All this passionate exuberance for life means that in addition to bringing great joys to his friends and family, he can occasionally be a handful in the classroom. In today's season of politically correct jargon, he might be considered spirited. In the 1980s, they had very different terms to describe kids like this and very different ways to handle them. I know, because I was one of them. Looking compassionately at this wonderful teacher, imagining the unique challenges of educating my son, as well as 24 other children, I listened as she shared, Henry was a little disruptive in class today. I warned him several times to stop talking. I tried several times to redirect him, and eventually I called him to my desk to give him one final warning. Oh boy, here it goes, I thought, bracing for the worst. She put her right arm around my shoulder. She squared me up as if to ensure I was still following along with her, and then she continued. I was getting impatient. I'd already moved him to 2 different work groups, and neither led to success. So I told him, Henry, take a good look around the room and find one group where you don't have any friends who will distract you from your work. The teacher paused. I watched as Henry stood and stared out at the classroom. Finally, he looked back at me and he said, But it's just so hard. Why is it so hard, Henry? Why can't you find one spot where you can sit down without friends distracting you from your work? Mr. O'Leary, she continued. He looked back at me with that sweet face of his and responded, Because everywhere I look, all I see are friends. Because everywhere I look, all I see are friends. The teacher wore a look of pride as she finished Henry's sentence. She went on to tell me, I think Henry already knows one of the most important lessons out there, that the world is filled with potential friends. When you chat with him on the way home today, please tell him thank you, Henry, for reminding his teacher today of that important lesson. I needed it. Well, my friends, this weekend, we celebrated the life of our recently minted 15-year-old son. And every day, we give thanks for the gift of his life and the joy that he is in ours. And we strive to remember that during the moments our patience is tested with him, that what the world really needs right now is not people sitting idly in their desks, hands folded, passively listening, but vibrantly living and courageously drawing others to recognize the gifts of their lives. Everywhere I look, all I see are friends. My friends, in a world that often feels very divided, let us strive to model that type of inclusivity and that type of love today. The world will be far better for it, and so will your world. I want to thank you for being part of my world, and I want to thank you for believing what I know to be true, that the foundation is firm, that God is still God, and that the best is yet to come. So for this time, and until the next time, my name is John O'Leary. Today is your day, friends. Live inspired.